I'm going to get some lash for this one, but children do not act out for the sake of defiance. Their behavior is a physiological stress response. Hey there, I'm Tabby, and I am a mental health guide that is obsessed with empowering you to live a life that you truly love. And today, we're going to dive into a topic that has been making waves in the parenting world: gentle parenting. Now, while gentle parenting has gained popularity, there's an aspect missing from the picture. So let's talk about it. Now, first, let me clarify what gentle parenting means. It is often associated with speaking kindly, like "thank you for cleaning your room," using positive reinforcements, like "I'm going to give you 15 minutes of screen time," and then emphasizing empathy and understanding, which looks like "it makes me happy when I see you acting like a big boy, a big girl." Now, while these qualities are extremely admirable, it's still missing a huge piece. Children thrive when they have boundaries, structure, and consistent guidance. Now, gentle parenting sometimes overlooks the importance of setting those limits and providing those clear expectations. The part that you're missing is you'll never get a clean room unless you keep telling your baby that you expect it. Without boundaries, you're never going to get what you're waiting for. Now, parenting is hard. We try all of these things and then we have to wait for studies or research or some scientists to tell us if we're doing things right or wrong. But we do know patience is crucial. Without lack of patience, our children will just feed off of our impatience. That will make them impatient and then act out. Parenting needs to be coupled with a balanced approach. You need gentle guidance, but you also need to be able to address behavioral issues. You should be able to teach them that this way is okay and this way we're not going to act that way. Parenting needs more patience. And if you're doing gentle parenting, which I'm trying, we need even more patience because our children will try to defy us. It's in their natural behavior. Now, I live in Dallas. My best friend and her 5-year-old daughter came to visit me from Florida last week. Now, as we got in the car and headed towards the house from the airport, I reminded my niece what my 2 rules were. Let's be respectful and have fun. Now, these are the same 2 rules that I lay out for each visitor, regardless of age or relationship. It brings me peace. Now, baby girl is high functioning autistic, so her emotions are a little bit louder than most. And everything was great, fine, and dandy until about halfway through the trip, and she started to miss her dad. Now, I understood that this was probably going to happen because she is only 5, almost 6, and it was her first time on a plane. So there were a lot of new things, new experiences happening. Now, one evening, I made zucchini boats, which is basically just a stuffed zucchini wrapped in bacon, because she had eaten it before at my house. She had eaten it before at her house. So I figured it was a safe meal. It was not. It was a catastrophe. But she threw her little temper tantrum, and my best friend took her up to the bedroom to talk to her. 30 minutes later, she decided to come down and eat. It was in those 30 minutes that I decided she disrespected me and we were not going to have fun from that moment on, not with me at least. She could still go play in the bedroom with the kids. That was fine. She could go outside and play. Well, it was night, but she could go outside and play, but she just wasn't going to have fun with me. And that was a boundary. Rules had been broken, so that's what that was. Now, you would think that not having fun outside of the house or within the neighborhood with me, that would have been it, right? No. She did it one more time. So her last 2 days here were pretty boring. We stayed around the house. We didn't go do half of the things that I had planned because I was disrespected. And I thought that that was just going to be it. But that is not where this story ends. Whenever they flew back home really early. So when they flew back home, the next meal that Little had, she ended up washing the dishes. Why? Because when I dropped them off, the last thing I said was, "I love you. Help your mom." I could have yelled at her all day long, but because I set those boundaries, because I didn't flex on her or flimsy and just take her out anyway, I stuck to my guns. Because I did all that, I feel that she heard me. I feel that she wanted those boundaries. And now that she's helping her mom, even if it's kind of scraping off her plate, even if it's rinsing the food off into the sink, whatever it is, she's trying and she's helping because she heard me. It's little things like that that make gentle parenting worth it. But gentle parenting isn't just gentle parenting if you don't set some boundaries. Your babies will run all over you. And that's what makes it different when they're with someone else. Boundaries or rules are laid. And hopefully those boundaries and rules that are laid down are followed. And if there's consequences behind them, they need to be followed through as well. Now, parenting is a fickle friend that we are all learning because there's not a book. And by the time that we get through this little stage of life, they're going to have all the reasons in the world why we shouldn't have done it, or maybe a book by then. But it's important to reflect and then adapt into a positive nature that works for you. Now, what works for one little, if you have multiples, what works for one may not work for another. That is where you need to reflect. Who are you as a parent? Who are you as a person? Because I promise you, you are not so-and-so's mom. You are not so-and-so's dad. You are a person that is parenting another little human. And with that, I'm going to leave you the same way that I always do. Be kind to yourself, always.